Alright, we're going to do a video walk around of this recently completed 1969 Land Rover Series 2A. So we used all the original lights. We replaced the parking lights with new original style lights, and we cleaned up and reused the NADA style turn signals. And these turn signals were only used on the North American spec Land Rovers. And you could see that the turn signal is actually lower than the position that a rest of world Land Rover would have its turn signals, which is right here. So they moved it lower so that they could use a larger lens. We changed the original steel beam headlights for Hella headlights. We added some recovery rings on the front bumper. The grille is the original grille that has been regalvanized. You can see the hood hinges are also regalvanized, and we actually used galvanized bolts to attach it. So we really don't want to have anything rusting on the outside of the vehicle. And we also don't want to use stainless, because stainless will react with the aluminum and cause galvanic corrosion. So we really don't. We want to limit the use of stainless as much as we can. You can see the tire is mounted to the hood on its original tire carrier. The only difference here is that we use some Defender buffers to raise the tire a little bit higher than the original buffers, because the tire is slightly wider than the one it would have had originally. We also went to 16-inch wheels. All the door hinges also have galvanized bolts, so that rust won't be an issue. Okay, so on this project, we actually installed a swing-out tailgate instead of the drop-down tailgate. And to keep it from swinging too far, we have a check strap. The rear of the Land Rover has two bench seats by Exmoor trim and retractable seat belts, just to keep the back a little bit more neat and tidy versus the normal seat belts. So it has seating for 4 people in the back. You can see it has the original type ribbed mat. And again, all the cappings have been galvanized. These are the seatbelt mounts. Okay, now let's take a look at the interior. Now on these late Series 2As, the gauge panels are gloss black, and the rest of the dash is painted body color. Now this is actually a custom turn signal switch with a computer that is programmed to turn off the flasher after a certain amount of flashes, and basically it stays on while you depress the brake pedal, and after you release the brake pedal, it comes off after a certain amount of flashes that you could program into it. And it also doubles as hazards when you hold it in the left position for 4 blinks. After you do that, then your hazards go on. And you can see it also has a global roamer overdrive. And continuing on with the galvanized theme, anything steel that was really susceptible to rust has been galvanized. You can see every nut and bolt on the entire vehicle has been replaced. You can see all the weather stripping has been replaced with genuine Land Rover weather stripping, and you can see how nice and soft this is. The aftermarket weather stripping is a lot stiffer. Under the hood, you could see that the hood frame has been galvanized, and this would have been originally painted black, and the bottom of the hood would have been bare aluminum. So we go a little bit above and beyond and paint the bottom of the hood and galvanize the frame. So we use a Weber carburetor, and you can see how the fuel line is routed. It actually routes up and over to the bulkhead and then down to the frame, instead of routing over the top of the engine and to the fuel pump, where it would be more susceptible to engine heat. So we're trying to take measures to make the vehicle run better on ethanol. And the battery is a Group 65 Odyssey battery with 950 cold cranking amps, and it's a little bit shorter than the standard battery that would have been in this vehicle originally, so we make shorter J-bolts to hold the battery hold down. You could see here the cloth-covered wiring harness. Another departure from stock is the Protronics electronic ignition. The Mount Mansfield heater is a big improvement over the original heater, which really isn't sufficient for a soft top Land Rover. This Mount Mansfield heater, though, has a much bigger blower motor and a bigger heater core, so it's a lot more effective. Now underneath we also have Rover's North parabolic springs with Old Man Emu shocks. And we have an NRP stainless steel exhaust from Rover's North. You can see the steering relay has been replaced. We've even galvanized the motor mount brackets on this one, so anything steel underneath the vehicle, we've gone ahead and just galvanized it.